Salutations, everybody, today. Happy snow day. Happy Tuesday. What joyous occasion, right? Let me go ahead and I'm just going to be getting set up here. Today I'm going to be going over a couple of things for everybody. Learn how to do some self-healing. That's right, self-healing is key to longevity and feeling good about yourself. In this video, I'm going to be going over body rollers. That's right. I'm going to be going over a few things about them. Good. All right. Here we have two sets. All right. And this set right here, right? This set right here is the oldest version. Let me adjust that camera a bit. Because I am up to, there we go. That works. All right. This is the old version set. As you can see, it comes in right here with a 10-inch, 8-inch, I think that's basically a 5-inch roller and a small 2-inch roller. And there's still pretty much any, the inside of that really for variations. All right. The little one is really good to get right here in the back of the neck, right? This one right here, which I will not use because I cracked it. It just got deteriorated over so much use. This is the one I used so many times. Alright, so I will not be showing this one. This one right here is great for bending the back for shorter people. Alright, okay. And the big one here for longer people with longer backs. All right, for a good back bend. You can use either or if you're a longer person, but I suggest shorter people not to use this one because it defeats the purpose pretty much. You can try it, but for the bigger one though, you can use it for stretching your legs. And I'll show that in a little bit there. Here we have the newest versions of the Chirps, these wheels. And this right here is definitely for the neck, and you see it has two shiatsu nodule knobs in there, and they have two different variants of that, so you can basically, depends on where and how you want to basically get that into the cervical area in the back of the cranium, the occipitals. All right, here is one of my favorites, and you can see here we got all of this shiatsu bumps and little ones and big ones, and of course it has a very good dip here for those who have a very stiff spine. All right, comparable to the dip that you have in here. This is a softer material. This is a more firmer material. And here we have the bigger roller, and it has all of these. It has all these knobs right here, which is really great to getting into the spine and rolling into that. All right, and of course for the spine, the thoracic spine, it has that indent in there and stuff like that for that. So I'm going to be going over a few of these in the older versions. First, I'm just going to move this over out of my way. Move these over here. You want to go ahead and find your place on the floor. All right. And I'm going to short one first. So I want to lie down, breathe as you move. Relaxing. All right, you make sure that your knees are not stiff. Don't go up, you know. What I'm going to do is lift the head and put it right there in the back of the cranium and just hold. Bring the knees up. All right, so that way you can have mobility. As you can see here, I'm just going to find that space and I'm just going to rock back and forth. Now, if you notice here, I'm just massaging the cranium and I'm just letting my head just relax into it. The back of the neck here and the cervicals, and just letting it relax and just let it form with that. Make sure you're not wearing any necklaces because you will break them. Alright, so make sure you find your spot and you hold into it and relax it right there for a moment. Alright, and if you need to, just go ahead and put your palms right here onto the forehead. Don't put too much pressure, and the reason why you're not here because you're using your hands to help your neck and cervical to move. You know what I'm saying? In a cautious and serene movement, okay? Nice and soothing. And what we're doing is just doing this. I don't want to just like work with the head. I want to put my hands here and use my hands to go up and down. Just find your placement. Have your fingers where they need to be. Turn your head to the right and just let it roll and just like let it fall into this. The little roller is great just to basically to allow your head to fall into it. All right, and got my elbows in the air so that way you can see how I have this. And I'm just going to raise it and then lower, nice and easy. Turn your head to the left, let it relax. Always relax first, always breathe. And take your hands to raise that head a little slightly and lower slightly. Nice and relaxed, nice and relaxed. Raise it, lower it. Let the weight, you notice my head and my nose is angled at 45 degrees in that direction. Now I'm going to turn my head all the way, so I'm going to lift up my back and kind of turn and just let it fall. Make sure my earrings don't get in there and just letting it fall. You can see how far I have my head. It's like letting it relax in this direction. Alright, I got my hands nice and loosey-goosey. Don't stiffen anything. Don't stiffen the spine. Don't stiffen the legs. Don't stiffen the lower back. There should be like a slight arch back here. Alright, and just let your head fall into it. Use your hands to help lift the head. Turn the head all the way to the other direction and then let it fall. Alright, just letting it fall. See, I just got my hands here for comfort and for holding and for keeping it nice and contacted with the roller. Nice and easy. Don't go too much. Nice and easy. What we're doing is causing a bend in the cervical. We're not really rolling too much just yet. We'll get into that in a moment. Alright. And then roll and turn. Now we're going to have our head that direction. So we had it 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 180 degrees, 180 degrees, back to the sky. And then I'm going to raise my head, stretch, and slightly just let it fall and just let the cervical joints, one, two, three, four, five, relax into the occipitals. There we go. Now we want to get our feet and make sure planted. We want to rise that glute up and then move just slightly and then relax it again. Good, good. Find my placement. Now I just went ahead and moved it down, scooted it down just a little bit. And I'm going to put my, you could do that, or raise your head, move the roller back, depending on your room, and just kind of inchworm yourself up. Head movement, lower, and roll. Keep your hands braced on your cranium. Don't let it go like this and roll it, okay? Don't do that. Just keep it braced. Keep it relaxed. Keep it, sturdy. All right? That's all we have to do. Rise the head up with your hands. Remove the roller out. Let your head fall down and rest flat onto the ground. Now that is really all you need to do with the neck. All right, with this roller, raise up your head. The reason why, put it back and do it again. Got it? Nice and easy. Now with your head on here, you can take your hand and turn your head and then make sure you push it back. Now you're going to see it from the other direction. I'll take my hand. It's on the cervical. My head is relaxed on the cervical. I'm breathing in through my nose. I'm a bit stuffy today, but you get the drift. And then nice and easy, pulling your head that way, and just let your head arm down so you see, and then boom. All right, that was a nice, good stretch with your cervical at a slight bend. Raise your head up, move, and then lower. Don't do it with your head to move up and left and right. Use your hands to reduce the weight of your head. All right, you don't want to lift and do all those things because now they're all tense. Use your hands. Now I'm using my hand to lift my head and hold my head. We will keeping all these muscles relaxed as much as possible as I do the rolling, the moving, the stretching, and all that. Okay? Now I'm going to get up. Straighten up. Excuse me. All right. Had to get some water. All right. We're going to put that back into my space. Now, with this roller, as I said, it is cracked, so I'm going to be very careful with it. I'm going to make sure that I hope that I don't cause any problems or further crack it, so I'm going to stay light on it, give you some ideas of what to do with it. So I'm going to keep my thumbs on the crack. I'm going to make sure. So I'm going to basically, to do this correctly, make sure you're balanced, and you're basically lowering yourself. This right here is right there. You see where this is? Good, good, good. Make sure you lower yourself on there. You hear that? So I'm not gonna really, I'm gonna turn that. There you go. And you lower your back onto it and then bend and roll. And since I cannot show you with this little roller because of the crack, I will show you how to do it on this roller, okay, when I get to it. All right, let's put this one back. And let's get the next size up. Now we're going to do the next size up, which is, I guess, the 8-inch, right? Same thing, put the roller here and just follow through, breathing and lowering, and do a bend. Shoulders are here, your head is falling back. Or you can keep your head up a little bit if you feel like this is too much. You can hold it right here. We want to bend right here, okay? Relaxing into it. Give it a moment. You need to put your head, keep your head relaxed, keep your neck relaxed, and just hold into that position for a moment. Bending backwards a little bit, holding. Should be on the second to third breath before you move down. Now that we got my back is fully bent, and my head is right where I need it, I'm going to lift the glute off just a little bit. So from here to here, and then I'm going to roll to the tailbone. And then let my body fall to where my shoulders Now hit the bottom of the floor. Bending, relaxing into it. This is why I said that this one right here is good for shorter people, and the bigger ones for longer people who are taller, so that way they can get the bend in. But even if you're taller, still use this to start with, because who knows, if this is your first time doing it, you'd need the smaller one first. Get used to the bend. Just let it bend. I'm going to be doing this pretty casually, so just let this happen. I might start off and do things a lot sooner, but if you need to have more of a bend time, pause the video and just bend. Breathe and bend. Next is that I'm going to use my head to lift a little bit, and then I'm going to replace myself, balancing my body on the roller. Balancing and planking on the roller in the lower lumbar. Keeping my arms down here, or you can do this, but if you do this, it's got a lot more strain on the lower back. Put your arms down on the side, less strain on the lower back. Less weight. And then roll your glutes in this direction. All right, if you want less, then less upper body pulling down. Make yourself come at that angle. Go down again. Your glutes are barely touching. You're not really sitting. And then roll to the mid. As you roll to the mid, rise that glute up, because now you are in the midsection. You need to hold your head up. Get your kinks out of your head. Don't do any sit-ups. We're in the mid now. We're below the mid, but on the mid. So this is where we were at the tailbone with the roller, and now we are pretty much in the mid, balancing ourselves. Keep that glute up, don't go down. Keep that glute up, and while we're in the mid. Breathing. If you watch my previous videos on Qigong and body movement, it teaches you the breath. If your nose is clogged, like mine right now, because of allergies or whatever, mouth breathe. But when you mouth breathe, gasp in, gasp out, like this. Not do this. Ever. Not ever. Always gasp like fish out of water. They know what they're doing. Now we are going to roll down. We're staying in the mid, and we're going to lower that glute down just a little bit while we're in the mid. We're keeping the back straight as much as possible. We're not yet doing a back bend. We're doing a plank. Keeping yourself straight as possible. I hope I look straight. I hope I feel straight. If not, this is what the purpose of this is to do, is to figure out where you're straight. Make sure you're not holding yourself up. You are relaxing into that roller, bending your back while you're planking in the back. Don't hold yourself up. Make sure you are relaxed into it, into the mid. Now we're going to bend. Now to bend, we want to start with our hips. And you see this is where the lower lumbar, and I'm just going to let it lower. Yeah, see that? Did you see how it lowered to the ground while I stayed in place? Now I'm going to get my arms forward, breathe and gasp. This is where our nose will definitely clog up. Bending at the mid. Now as we bend at the mid, we want to roll to, we use our feet, use our feet, use our feet. Keeping that bend, keeping that bend. Slowly inch your way to the top. When we went to the lower lumbar, the mid of the back, now we're at the top of the back of the thoracic spine. We're still bending. Let that glute fall. Let that glute fall. Bending that lumbar down, barely touch that ground.
barely touch that ground. Now we're going to go ahead and roll to the rhomboids where our head barely touches the wheel. Our head is now basically touching the wheel, where our glutes are barely touching the ground. And our arms are open with the elbows, open with the scapulas are open. They're not closed, they're open. That's why my elbows together. Just relaxing where they can be. And you could do these. Rolling those rhomboids. Whatever advanced technique you want to do. Our head is touching the wheel. Now we want to raise up that glute. Now we want to plank. We want to get out of that bend. You can go high as you want. But the thing is though, when you go high, this feels like you're straining, so we want to have a nice level with where it's at, where none of this is straining, and you don't feel like you're using any core, you're using your legs to lift. And make sure your head is fully cervical onto there. Did you see how I did that? It's not squished, pushing my head back. Lift it. And then let it come down, 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 and relax. Good. Remember not to squish it. Make sure it's out and down. Out that way and down that way. Going out that way with the head. Not squishing in with your shoulders and traps. All right? So if you need to, hold your hand here. Let it fall with you. Nice and easy. Remember the first one we did. And fall. We should have the wheel and our rhomboids on the upper back with their head barely touching the wheel, but touching the wheel. And our glutes. Now we're going to roll further. We're going to go that way. Just make sure your head is nice. It's not squishing into your shoulders or bending too. Good. Now we want to roll. We want to get that head to touch the ground. So make sure your hands are here for balancing. Make sure you move your feet. Make sure your head rolls with the wheel, falling that way, stretching the cervical. There we go. It might not touch the ground, but it'll touch the ground because the wheel will go to the mid area. There we go. And then after we get there and we're planking, we want to fall. Keep that head touching kinda, and let that ball fall. We're rolling little bit this way. This will happen. Nice and easy. If you have to, do this. And touch. And touch. And roll slowly, cautiously. And relax your head into the ground. We're now bending here again. Now we want to roll that way. That's right, we're going to start rolling. Nice and easy. Stay balanced. Nice and slow. We do not rush these things. If you've never done this before, you should be popping. You may not be popping. Who knows? You might be flexible. But even if you are flexible or you're stiff as a log, this is beneficial for the both of you. Nice and roll. Nice and roll. Keep yourself balanced. Slow. Slow. You can see that my glutes are still going down towards the ground. And then ground, rolling. And then rolling. You will find yourself nice and easy. Now we want that glute to touch the ground a little, Make sure your head is not squishing in, and relax right there. Fully relaxed. Good. Take that breath. Rise. And let's do that again. You can use this roller or you can use the bigger roller. It depends on your comfort level. Alright, I'm good with this roller. We do not need to go to the bigger roller because it's the same. Just bigger. More bend. Less reach for your head and glutes onto the floor where we need it. You know, it's good for taller people. I'm 6'2".
you're 6'4", 6'8", 7 foot tall, get the bigger roller. And just relax. Let's go ahead and relax. Bend the opposite direction. Crunch, but don't flex the muscles. That wheel might move. Now raise your legs out and just come on in and rise and straighten. Straighten. Relax, straighten. Relax, straighten. Get the kinks on your neck. Turn right. Tilt left. Always go slow. Never fast. Ever. Never ever fast. Look left. Look right. There we go. Look up. Look down. Bend and fall. Opposite. Remember, we gotta go opposite. We already bent one way, we need to bend the other way. Good, good, good. Elbows down, see if you can reach that elbows down to the ground. Relaxing. Make sure your head's not all the way into your chest. You're just relaxing it here. Make sure your chin's not into the chest. It's just going straight down. The chin is going straight down. Eyes are going straight down. Breathing. And then rise with the curve. Curve. And straighten. Getting that lumbar to go in. Roll those shoulders. Head left. Make sure you're straight when you do this. Head right. Tilt right. Tilt left. Look up. Look down. And relax it. The big roller here will be the exact same thing. But we're going to be grabbing this in a second because I have long legs. If you have shorter legs, stick with this. Good. Put this in front of you. Make sure you always use your hands to lift and move. Now, we're going to work with, make sure you have nice flexible clothes. We're going to work with our legs for a moment here. So I want to show you this while we're here because we got these out. Have a leg out, you're balanced here, and then go into that. And this right here will help keep you there. We're going to be stretching these abductors. This is very important. This connects to your lower lumbar. People would say to you, my back hurts. Tell them to stretch this muscle. Got it? Not just do the back bending with the rollers, but you also need to stretch this muscle right here because this muscle attaches to the lower lumbar, passing through the hips. So you just got to make sure you do that. All right, that's the reason why I grabbed the bigger roller. If you got longer legs like me, go ahead and use that. And I'm wearing tight pants, so I'm going to be doing what I can here. So I'm going to go basically is take my arm up, breathing, and then tilt. This right here will keep you stabilized. The roller will keep you stabilized. And then come back, touch that knee, relax your arm, bring your other arm up, and bend the other way. And then raise your back arm down, and then forward fold, forward fold. Don't do this. There you go. I just need a little bit more leeway for my pants. And then down. Come back up. You can spend more time in it if you need to. Bend this knee, roll the roller to the knee, got it? And then let that go right there, and then turn that leg foot upwards, come back up, now that you've got yourself balanced, and now you can get behind the knee. This is great for people who have very tight muscles behind the knee. This is what you do. You're stretching, moving, mobilizing, balancing, and you're also getting behind the knee. If you need to, make sure it's in there. Go further with the roller. If you need to, further, balancing, stretching farther. Make sure you hold. If you need to, hold here. Bring this to the heel, right on the Achilles, and then straight. You need to balance yourself. Some people can do this and go right into it, sure. But if you can't yet, go down a little bit and help yourself to straighten. Now that we have this here, as you can see, balancing, we are giving our legs movement. You see I'm like just going back and forth for 90 degrees and then opening and closing at the pelvic floor, at the abductors, at the psoas. It all affects it all. Opens up everything. Now if you want to go further, open up, get your knee off the floor, planting your foot down, and then you can see, and put your knee back down, stretch, foot towards you, foot away from you, foot towards you, foot away from you. Make sure you're breathing. This is as far as I can stretch, but I wish I could go further. But this is the practice to get to go further. You see how far I am right now? That's good. Nice good stretch. Bring it in. Lift. Bring that out. Come down. Nice and easy. Take that roller. You see how I'm doing this? Rise. Put this right here and fall. We're going to put this right here first. Remember that? So it should be angling right like that. I need to scoot over to the left a little bit. Make sure you then fall. Make sure your wheel is balanced. And we start all over on the other side. You can also put your foot up because you're basically twisting that muscle. Foot down, foot up. You can do it here too. Foot down. Relax into it, relax into it, relax into it. Don't hold yourself up. Use your hands right here for balance. I'm just basically following into the wheel. This is pretty much stopping me from going any further. Doing a light stretch, a less tense stretch, because the wheel is preventing me, and I'm basically holding myself up with pretty much with balancing with this knee, balancing with that heel and the ball of my feet on my hands, breathing. Now I'm going to straighten here. Got it. Bend that knee. Put it here under the knee. Make sure it's directly where you need it. Lifting that. See how my leg, foot's now off of that. And now I'm going to roll that way. Stretching further. Remember, you can be here on your palms. If you really can do it, get right there. When you get here, you have muscle here that connect to the very side tissue of your knee. This is good for people who have runner knee issues. All right? Make sure the wheel's right where it's at, and it's on that muscle on the side of the knee, which is the quad. Hold that quad here, left side of the inner and anterior quad, onto the connective tissue of the knee, and you can roll that any which way. You can have, whatever you feel that is much more comfortable to hold yourself up. And I'm basically now massaging it by basically allowing this roller roll over that quad, which is now massaging that quad, which you can get in those inner knee issues. It reduces the inner knee issues, pulling on the knee. For people who have that tight tension or knee pain, you have to reduce the muscle tension in your quad. The inner anterior part of the quad. So when you go to anterior and move, we're going to open that up. I'm going to just move it there to the next stage. Remember, you can just pause the video, go back to that for a minute if you need it to go a little longer, or you can just watch this again sometime and do it all over. Now you can see here that I'm going to relax into my stretch. Now you see this foot? My foot is not here. My foot is here. Good. Just make sure of that. It's a beautiful snow day. hope you guys are out going out there later to enjoy it. I don't know if you watch this in the summertime. Just know that this is, it's like February 12th. Hey, it was my birthday a few days ago. I'm now mid-century, half a century old. Come up. If you need to, turn the foot upwards, and then this right here allows you to massage and stretch. Massage the whole gastroc and soleus muscle. You see this right here is a powerhouse move. That's right. Foot's relaxed. Oh, I gotta pop that. Okay, do that too if you need to. Stretch your foot out, readjust it. This right here puts pressure on that calf and the Achilles. I'm gonna move over here and just like readjust it a little bit. See, I'm using my fingers to get in there to get it right where I need it. And I'm going to roll over that tightness that I have in that tendon that connects to that gastroc. Oh man, I can feel that because the weight of my arm now and my body's into it. You can do it to both sides. I know I didn't go to it over the other side, but we're doing it now. And flip over there and do this again. Now we're really getting into that calf muscle. This is how you massage it. Nice and easy. Just make sure you have your wheel where you need it. Make adjustments. Breathing and massage that while you're also stretching and toughening up your abductor muscle. That's right. You are strengthening that up. I'm using these muscles right here to move. That machine that goes like this? This is all you have to do. Really. And you're getting many other things done. Make sure your hips are not totally down. They are more forward, and now you go down. Good. Make sure your hips are forward while you do this. And breathing. And stretching. And stretching, foot up. Stretching and stretching, foot up. Pointing to the sky with your toes. It stretches all of this out. Now I'm stretching that way, stretching this way, stretching that way. Toes forward, come back. And then I can stretch forward like this even more now that I'm getting used to it. That's right. Who said we're stopping there? No, we continue stretching. Oh, this right here is putting more pressure on that gastroc. This is a good rolling experience. And if you really want to get further, one way or the other, it's your choice. What you feel is best for you. Stretching all of this out, get further into that roll. That's right. And foot up, down, and just continue. Come up all the way, then up all the way. Turn back around, come back down. Lift that leg up, bring it in, and come down, placing both knees back together. And let's go ahead and scoot down and get into a pose like that, rest pose, and just relax all those muscles real quick. And that is how you use the roller for your legs, both sides. I know we didn't do the left side as much as we did to the right, but I guess this is just how it just came to it. Just make sure you get back to the left side, pause this video, get to the other one. That way you can balance yourself out. I will do that later so we can move on to these rollers. So I hope you guys had a good stretch there and good body movement. We worked with the back and the bend, the breathing, the holding, the planking on the rollers. It's not just go prap, prap, prap and back bend. There's more to it. Now we're going to start with, of course, with the little roller like we did with the other side. All right, I'm going to get back onto the ground. If you notice, when I get onto the ground, I'm planking myself, coming down. I'm using all my body. Breathing, coming down in perfect unison.
Now, I'm going to start with these guys first. So right now they're in this direction. I want to see how that feels. Okay, when they're in this direction, when you got this facing towards you, and these are going up that way, these points will get into the occipitals over here on the outside edge, next to where the sternum connects into. Okay, right up in here, and then you get into that area. So I'm gonna raise my head. I'm gonna put that roller directly on that area. It makes it very comfortable, and I'm gonna relax for a moment. Always relax first into the roller. Don't just start rolling. Get your feels. Make sure this is comfortable. Now I'm just go up and down with my chin. If you need to relax longer, press the pause. We are going to keep moving forward. That way this video doesn't seem like it's going to take forever. I'm going to readjust. I'm going to hold my thumbs in here now. That way it keeps the roller steady. And now I'm going to roll to make sure that roller is staying into that part of the occipitals where I want it. If you notice now, I am basically tilting my head up and down. You notice this? Here at T1, C1, okay? At the cervical 1 base that connects to the occipital of the base of the cranium. I am not doing it anywhere else in the cervical. That is where you say your yeses and nos, pretty much, is that one joint. Now that I did that, I'm going to use my thumbs and put my hands down. So now I'm going to use my thumbs to go up and down with the roller, keeping my hand relaxed. It's a nice little massage. It's a gentle massage. I'm going to raise my head with my hand. Remember how we do that. And then I'm going to flip the roller. Now I'm going to put it on the inside. Now that it's on the inside, these right here are going to go up into the cranial on the inside now, closer to the cervical spot of the spine, closer to the mid area of the cranium. I'm just going to relax it into that. Put my elbows down so you can see. I'm going to balance it. Now I'm going to massage it this way. That's right. Control your roller with your hands. That's the way to do it. I'm adjusting the roller. Now I have the roller just a little bit down off the occipitals, just trying to get the feel. Now we put it back in the occipital, that was just a little too low. I'm going to keep it directly on there. See, you don't have to move your head at all to get it, or raise your arms up and do this. You can, but I seem to have more effect by just using my hands to control how I'm putting it. So my head is basically weighted onto these nodules right here, the shiatsu nodules, and I'm just going to push onto it. And what that does is it lifts the cranium, doing a little slight traction, and I'm just doing it like that. Okay, what a way to work the roller. It's amazing. I just got my thumbs in here, and I'm just, it just goes back naturally. See, and I'm just rolling on those occipitals. Now I'm going to raise my head and put it on the upper part of the occipitals, not just right there into the joint area of the occipitals. Now I just raised them up about a half an inch, and now I'm going to massage them. Keep that head relaxed, nice and easy. That's right. We are just doing a nice, good massage. It's amazing how you can use the roller without rolling it. Well, we are rolling it. We're using our thumbs to just do this number with it, okay? Without moving our body, without moving our head or our neck. All right, it's just going to basically naturally move things, but that's fine. Just by doing this alone, you are basically taking out the tension in the back, the occipital that causes migraines and headaches and tension throughout the whole cranium. Now I'm going to do this, just walking it. All right, and then go up and walk it. It's
amazing what you can do with this roller, right? I'm gonna raise my head, and now I'm gonna go to these guys right there, okay? Nice little bumps, different what they are. I'm gonna raise my head up and put it in the exact same spot. There we go. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and I'm just gonna go back and forth on those occipitals, and also the back of the cranium. Now, you don't have to go slow with this, but you just have to go at a certain feel-good pace. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna turn my head to the right. That's right. Now I'm getting here and here. Instead of here, it's here. Now I got one on this side of the back of the cranial knot and over here. So I'm gonna go back over here, turn my head, and then I'm gonna do it again. It's amazing that you can actually accomplish with this roller. Works like a great massage tool for the back of your cranial. Come over here, as you can see. Do it nice and easy. I just got my head weight on it, see? Nice and easy. You just gotta find your spots and just let it dig in and do this. Nice and slow. This is all it's necessary, needed to get all of this to go on that. So because what it's doing is it's pushing that up and pushing that down. This is what I do for clients with my fingers when I'm working out their cranial tensions. It's just that's what this does. It allows you to not use your hands or arms and tire out quickly. You know, you're using the roller to do it. So I'm just going different parts of it. Don't pull your hairs out. You're gonna keep what you got, right guys? And here we have that, nice and easy. You see I'm using the roller to keep my head up. Who knew, right? And then you can also do some twirls. Keep your head down, so we're just moving around. This is actually the easiest way to reduce a lot of tension, and it helps stimulate the skin, you know, the fascia and all that stuff. I'm not pulling the skin, I just got it here, I'm just doing slight movements where it doesn't pull the skin. Gotcha? Good. Now I'm gonna put these right here on the temples, like that. This is literally better than trying to use your fingers to get into that temples to work everything out. Who knew that this is a great massage tool? Because I got my thumbs in here, I'm just keeping everything nice and relaxed. And you can also use this hand, and if you need to, it's a little bit more edgy, and you can definitely get into those temples, and you're going to work out migraines. You're just getting one side. If you need to, turn your head. That way the roller is going down, add like gravity. Who knew that this small roller has so many ways to work out so many tensions in so many areas that is necessary for you to feel great about yourself. Got a migraine or headache, you know, this is going to work a lot of that. Do one side at a time. Turn your head and then get the other side. All right. You can go back to these ones if you need to. These are a lot smoother than these guys. These are more pointy. So you want to start with the smooth end first. And just nice and easy. Push into it. Push into it. Just drag it. This feels so good that I don't want to stop. Don't stop, people. This feels great. Keep going. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're feeling good about this. This doesn't take any energy at all. Did you know that? This takes energy. This takes a lot of energy.
But you can still do that. Then I'm going to switch over to the more edgy. And you can also do this. You adjust your head to make sure your head is straight. And then pull. And then do that. And do this. This is like literally the most amazing tool ever. The rubber, the grippiness of these rubbers, this chirp wheel is just amazing. And if you have like serious head pressure, head migraines, all that, you say, I hurt too much to do or rub my own head. I'm like, this literally takes out 80% of the exhaustion it takes to rub your own head. 80% of it, and you will last a lot longer doing it. Amazing, huh? Let's move on to the next thing. That's pretty much all you have to do. But you know, you can also, you know, put your hair, get your legs up, and just roll. But you're not gonna get much benefit. But for those people who have that arch in the back, let me show you. Let me tilt here. Use this guy. Put it on that arch. Go down into it and hold. Let's do this first before we move on. So some people have that extra lump on the back, right there between T1 and cervical 6, you know, 5, and it just causes you, and it looks like, you know, you have that back lump, back couch, and this right here will push right into it, and then there we go, nice and good. Hold it in there, you know, let it fall. Just stay there for a while. Raise your head up, find your space again, and just get right on there, and then put it right there. Okay, you don't have to put too much body weight into that, you know, and just get right in there. Head up, and then roll. Sort of stay, plank on that guy. Oh yeah, this little guy can do all kinds of awesome things. This gets right in there between the scapulae and the traps and everything. You just pretty much kind of hold, kind of move. You know, you don't really do too much movement or anything like that. You know, and then this is going to do a lot of corrections. And do this daily, and you're going to feel so much better. For those who have that issue there, and if you don't, it's still good. Now let's move on to this roller right here. We want to straighten our back. We're going to show you, make sure it's down right here. Make sure you find your space. Keep your thumbs there to keep the wheel steady so it doesn't roll out from underneath you or roll to a different spot. And then fall. Breathe. There we go. Notice like I'm not here. I'm just relaxing the legs. Trying not to let them up and shake, you know, holding yourself up. Don't do any of that. You know. Oh. If you have a lot of upper body weight, just do what you can. Have it where you need to. Notice I'm keeping my glutes pretty much skimming the ground like I'm skimming rocks across water. And then I'm just rolling. Remember, if you need more time in something, pause the video. I'm getting my midsection to my lower section. Now I'm going to plank, arms down a little bit. And now I'm just going to hold. I like this spot. Make sure you adjust. Make sure you're adjusting. You're right where you need to be with the roller when you're going to do this and hold. It's kind of like putting that yoga block there, but this, don't use the yoga block when you got this. Literally just stop using the yoga block. It's just unnecessarily freaking bad for your back and body and your tailbone and everything like that. Will be like, you sit on the butt. Sit on this guy like this and just keep that up. Make sure you're not shaking and keep your legs just relaxed out, you know, because we need to relax it out. And you can feel the shiatsu bumps going into the muscles, into the coccyx and the sacral, and that's what you want, you know. And breathe.
adjustments. I need to get away from this. So stay where you are if you're comfortable, but I need to roll, come up, scoot my butt down. Scoot my butt down. There we go. You just gotta make sure you have the space. I'm gonna go start all over. And you can also spread your feet off apart and let your knees go in, but you're gonna have like shaking. If you have shaking, just try to release a little, there we go. Yeah, I'm not shaking anymore. I was like shaking right here. I can put my knees together and tighten and then release. Knees together, release. Knees together. This literally moves and it reduces the issues that you have in here if you got in your ischium, if you got arthritic issues, and because you're now pushing the muscles in and then you're releasing the muscles. Put your feet in, out. This will release a lot right here, and if you need to, bring your leg up and then bam, it stretches it out more. Don't stay in it for too long. While I'm up here, this is good. If you've got like visceral issues where you have a lot of tension here, if you have like what do you call something kind of like oh man, I'm trying to remember what the word is. What I have right here is like I got muscular and connectivity issues right here in my rib. This really opens all of this up, so you'll be able to get in there with your fingers while you're holding with the roller, little small roller on that lower lumbar, and you can just massage the sternum area, the lower ribs. You can just move that connective tissue. This is amazing. It literally is. I have this pain in connective tissue, and it feels like I have an ulcer kind of like situation going on underneath here at times when it's just pulled, but it's really that connective tissue between the skin and the muscles and the organs, and and you need to. I don't have it on this side. It's all right here, for me, and it just opens it up and it allows you to massage that. It really does. If you have like if the ribs are popping out and incorrectly, this is how you open it up. Breathing, opening, closing, breathing, opening, and closing. Make sure your shoulders are not in your ears. And just getting in there. That's little tidbit of information. Get those knees up, and we're going to roll. Make sure your arms are here. Put your arms here, and roll. I need to get out of that spot because I was there for too long. In fact, I'm going to raise and get this out, and lower and lower. I need to rest my back. All right. This is how intense it is. I was there for a little too long. If you feel like you were getting there for too long, please adjust. Roll somewhere else easily, cautiously. Move like your life needs the patience to move, the slowness. Just make sure you do that. Don't ever rush the wheels. Don't ever rush that. I'm going to bring both my knees up to bend my lower lumbar into the opposite direction. Good. Come back up for me. Starting over. Breathing. I'm going to put in the midsection this time. Midsection. Go down and arms, elbows together, and now we're going to roll towards the scapulus. By putting your elbows together, it separates the scapula so that way the roller can get into the trap muscles, the trapezius muscles right between the ulna and the radius. Why did I say that? Because I was staring at my ulna and radius. Between the rhomboids and the scapulae. Make sure you get your shit right. And then roll and roll the scapulae, planking, adjustments. You just find your angle.
Find that angle and just roll that upper body. I love this roller. I like the bumps that are on here. I'm going to get back to the mid. Keeping my head up. I'm doing this to keep my head up and my rhomboid open. There we go. Breathing. I'm always adjusting my feet and my body. Staying balanced. And then I'm going to bend at the mid. Bend at the mid. And glutes are touching. Finding your spot. Good. I'm going to go all the way over here. Going back into a crunch. You see, I'm going to get my hands down. And come back, straighten up your body. Move that over. Now we want to basically twist our spine so we have everything up. Chin is in, looking straight, nose is straight, and I'm going to put one arm out, and I'm going to put one arm on the knee, and I'm going to, that felt so good. With all of these rollings, this will get much easier and better for you to release. Other side, arm down, arm to the other side, and make sure your legs are relaxed, and stretch. Whew. Release slowly. Again. Other side. Twice is the charm. Thrice is even the charmer. Again. Make sure you always do these bends when you're rolling. The purpose of it is to get those rotator and erector muscles to stretch and come loose and unbind from each other. Let's grab this guy now. If you don't have these and you're watching this whole program, come back after you purchase these. And like I said, you can use this, get a big roller for that live. I haven't used this yet on my inside, but I guarantee you, feeling that going through my muscles, we'll see. Now let's go ahead and put that out there. Make sure we're going to do a bend. This is intense when you do a lot of these all at once in one day. And then now you see that I got the wheel pretty much above the lower lumbar, between the lumbar and the midsection of the back. And I'm just relaxing into it. If you notice, I'm using everything, planking and rolling. So basically, this is just higher up. Make sure you have your scapulae opened up. That's right. And bend, 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 bend. If you were with me this entire time, using all your rollers, because you have what I have, it gets intense by the time you get there. I want to see if this feels like on my leg. You can do this too. This is a bit smaller. So I'm not flexible enough for that, so I need to bring this knee. Okay, I have it straight now, so I have to bend this out like that to lower myself down more. And just find that spot, sweet spot. It's okay to make grunts, breathing noises, and faces throughout the process. Especially when you're mid-century old. This works for everyone who is tight and necessary needed. Now this is basically also massaging the abductor. All right, it's not, this right here does a great job massaging that abductor. You gotta make sure you lower yourself. I got this down now, going to get my glute into my heel, stretching the quad, stay balanced. Now I'm gonna go up, put this here, and there we go. I'm going to get that gastroc. Like I did say, I did want to see what it feels like because I have not done this yet. Amazing, right?
I do things when I'm doing things for people. And when you need to do things for people, you get things done. Because it's hard to do things for yourself at times, isn't it? Oh, that feels great, just as great as the other roller. And I can feel those nodules going into my calf muzzles, which is great. I'm going to turn it over. This is actually great to also work out shin splints. But how do we work out the shins over here? We'll see. Ugh. That's how you work out the shin splints over here. Just kind of like do a pigeon pose and just go back. Plank up really well. You don't want to put too much weight over that. So if you got shin splints, yep. These will work that out. Make sure you readjust with the wheel. You don't have to move the wheel. The wheel's going to turn or move on you. Oh, that feels so good. I'm putting more body weight into that. I'm getting all the way up to basically underneath the knee area, and that connective tissue attachment of the tendons, where the tibials are, tibial muscles. Oh, that feels so good. That's getting that tension out of that. Everyone who has that massive amount of tension in the tibial muscles, this will work it out. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do this a lot. Boom. Let's see what happens when I put this on the on the T-band. We're going to like bend both knees out, and I'm just going to basically lay on it. You know, it's not bad, but I was thinking the peanut would be better, but this still actually accomplishes goals. You know, I'm going to put both knees together. Good. Yes. There we go. And roll. Since we got the inside, you need to get the outside. And you can also do this with the peanut. This is intense. Oh boy. So, as you can tell, this is great. I do prefer the newest version of these Chirp Wheels. They really are amazing, and you can do all kinds of stuff. This right here is amazing as well, and because it has that dip, it dips. It doesn't, unlike a regular basic roller, this does amazing to work out. If you have a tight T-band and you also have runner's knees, this is you know, great for that. And you know what? I'm going to work the other side. Gonna get underneath the knee. So I hope you guys watch these videos. Please like, share, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing live videos for everybody doing this stuff. Make you do it, right? You know, make me do it, make you do it. You know, everything. Find out what you need the most done. Get as much as you can done with that. Balancing, breathing, wobbling, shaking. This gets intense, it really is. This here helps pull the muscles out a lot. Like I said, when you're doing this for an hour, I have no idea what time it is. The phone's the other direction. And I'm not even got my watch on. But you just do this because you have time to do this. I don't have time. Yes, you do. Make time. Make time for self-therapy. You know, if you're a runner, hiker, biker, MMA fighter, you know, yoga instructor. I have a lot of yoga instructors on my tables doing massages and stretching and body working them out. You know, do what you got to do. You know, and get yourself better, stretching it out. Stretching it out. See? Oh, I forgot to do this. All right. Another thing is make sure you get those flexors. You can also put the roller here, which helps balance. You know, and then move up and move down. There we go. Make sure you wear padding. If you need extra, this right here has a couple pads in for carpet. So yeah, getting those gastrocs, getting getting the Achilles, getting the soleus to work through. This is amazing. This is like, I got my arm right here for extra pressure on that, you know. Whatever which way you feel is best to work out your legs. I'm showing you many options. There you go. And you're gonna get workout my tibial muscles here. This right here works great for people who have a lot of tension in their feet. Working this out will take a lot of that tension out. He's like, where about my foot tension? Well, get a foot roller. Get one of those little floor mats for your feet. I have a couple of those. You know, right now we're focusing on our most tense muscles in our body. Like, I don't need a massage anymore. No, yes you do. You know, this right here, what I'm doing and how it feels, and you know, through massage and comparable to this, massage is so much better. There's a lot that can be mitigated away in a short time with working manual therapy. But this right here, when you got nobody, you got no money, you know, you can afford a chirp wheel, you should do it, because this lasts a lifetime. This really does. You know, make sure you're always adjusting, continue getting every part of the muscle that you need, putting your body weight against it, roll, and take out that tension. You need to use your leg like that too. I'm done. That was a lot of rolling. I'm thanking you guys for watching this today. Literally invest in these guys. I really love it so much. I am not getting paid for this. I hope they do. You know, say, hey, here's a link. If they click on it, you know, Chirp Wheel people. I mean, there's a lot you can do with these, and I just showed a lot of my clients on how to mitigate through so many problems that people suffer from on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and what you can really do with these rollers, comparable to what you thought could be done with it, and how to mitigate tension that causes so many problems, especially runner's knee, feet tension. You got tension in your tibials. This we're definitely working through here. We'll get in there and work out shin splints itself. Not too much, but it does release a lot of problems. I mean, it works great for the spine and legs on multiple levels. You know, please go back to my other video on how to use the peanut roller. If you haven't watched that yet, make sure you get a peanut, and how to work out quads, and how to work out hips, flexors, glutes, get into piriformis, get into the sciatic nerve with the peanut. Yeah, I show it all up to that one. Okay, I did not show how to use the peanut on the arm, and I'll make another video for that one. This is the main. You can find these online, or you can go to Shields. They had these here. You know, this is amazing. I prefer these 100% more than those old original ones. I did show you how to use them, if that's what you have. But yeah, this is an investment that's worth every bit of it. It literally is. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and let everyone know what they can do too by sharing. Sharing is caring. It really is. So you got that power to do that, to help me get up there. If you do all this and I get to my 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to go live, and we'll be able to do so many other things. And in my lives, I'm going to show you how to really use your hands to mitigate out your muscle problems. Now we go live and subscribe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Get the glasses. I'm glad I didn't run over these. Toodaloo.